What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Tacos, turbos, and toothpicks. I appreciate y'all bearing with me. I don't even know what to say. I really appreciate you guys. I don't know what I'm doing on here with this YouTube thing. I take videos, sometimes I post them, sometimes I don't post them. I'm making TikToks now, like trying to keep up with the whole social media thing. Apologize for the wind noise on top of that. Gave y'all a little glimpse of why I'm smiling right now. But regardless, stuff is about to happen. Stuff is about to go down. There's been so much going on as far as me and Jasmine traveling around Texas, doing things, not doing things, relaxing, enjoying this weather, this state, this food, music, everything. We've been doing a lot, and we got a lot going on. We're trying to cram a lot into these next couple of weeks. I'm gonna try to fill y'all in, but I'm probably gonna forget some stuff. I'm probably gonna ramble. I apologize. So honestly, I've had the truck for sale. I've had the truck in the shop. I've had just a bunch of stuff going on with the truck that I haven't even been talking about. We put a battery in it. I had it listed for sale here in Texas because I was really contemplating on getting into something newer, something a little nicer, something not so built, so we can travel around the US and just hoping somebody else can enjoy this thing, because I kind of built this truck for, you know, driving me to the track, racing 770 and getting me back home. Obviously with traveling out here in Texas, there's just not as much stuff going on as there is on the East Coast. So I just put it up for sale, see what happens. Had a kid really interested in it, thought he was gonna buy it, didn't really post much about it. And then he ended up backing out, couldn't get the money from the bank. It happens. It is what it is. I'm not heartbroken. I love the truck. I would just hate to take it back to a more, you know, I want a more drivability, something a little newer, nicer, less miles. She's got over 200K. She's got the single on it, the bigger injectors, the tuning. It towed Jasmine's Jeep here perfectly fine. I'm not complaining about it. But, you know, I did sacrifice a little bit of drivability with the big single. So I was contemplating going with a smaller stock size charger or something with compounds, or putting compounds on this. Guys, I'm telling you, my brain has just been everywhere. I really wanted to get a mega cab or a newer 6.7, but you know, you guys know the way truck prices are right now. It's just crazy. So I was only going to sell the truck if I could get what I thought it was worth, and that way I thought I could jump into another truck, but it just didn't happen. So we are now, it's hard to believe, guys, but we got here a little over 10 weeks ago here in Texas, and these travel assignments that Jasmine's doing are 13-week contracts. So yeah, so we have less than 2 weeks here in Texas at our place that we've called home for the last 3 months. We have been up to Dallas, Fort Worth. We've been that far north. We've been down to Galveston. We just went to San Antonio last weekend. I had surprised Jasmine with some Morgan Wallen tickets last year for So we went and did the river walk. You guys saw that on the shorts and stuff like that. So fear not. I mean, I've not been taking videos, but my brain has been just racking, trying to figure out which direction I'm going in. And I've got some stuff coming up. I'll put a little feeler out to a company to make a logo. And I'd really like to make some shirts. I was just scrolling bored on Google the other day and searching some custom stickers, and didn't get custom stickers. Well, I did get custom stickers made, but I found this company on Etsy that makes YouTube stickers. Oh yeah, so if you guys can get in on that, got the YouTube symbol, tacos, turbos, and toothpicks. You know, clean, simple, nothing crazy. I think it was like $12 for 12 stickers or something. It just got the ball rolling with reaching out to a graphic designer, trying to do a logo, something for some t-shirts, maybe hats, maybe just a logo. I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but I think since we're gonna keep the truck, you know, it's gonna stay on the channel. I think what I'm mainly gonna do is try to separate the travel and the truck stuff. This is all very new, a lot of firsts for us, and I didn't really know where to go with the channel, but I think it's best. I've been getting some subscribers that I can tell you guys are truck guys, and you guys probably don't care about what me and my girlfriend are doing in Texas or what we're doing afterwards, but we also have some family and friends that follow us, so I still like to continue the travel part. And since, you know, not really sure what we're going to be doing for work, I've actually been looking into some, you know, actual professional cameras, getting my own computer instead of using Jasmine's laptop and or just my phone, because believe it or not, guys, I shoot all these videos on my iPhone 13 or 12. I don't even know what it is now. And storage is a little, you know, not that good. I have to pretty much make a video, save it, upload it, and then delete it off my phone. So it's on YouTube forever, but still would like to have a better category of keeping videos saved and stuff like that. So I know I'm kind of rambling. I told you guys I was going to do this, so don't yell at me. I'm thinking the goal is to keep tacos, turbos, and toothpicks, and we're still going to do everything truck, tacos, toothpick with me, going to some shows, doing stuff with the truck, blah blah blah, and then also doing a travel segment of, you know, a YouTube channel where it's a little bit more focused on, you know, traveling, travel nursing, travel spouse is what I like to call myself, you know, keep it fancy. Don't really have a name for it yet. It's just kind of an idea. Again, I'm sorry, it's super windy here in Texas, but I talked to my buddy back home today and it's 27 degrees in Maryland, so I don't miss that. Speaking of traveling, so yeah, we're here for less than 2 weeks and we are actually headed back home for a couple weeks. We're going to see everybody. We miss everybody. Hoping we're going to bring some warm weather to you guys. We have a wedding to go to that I'm actually the officiant for. So that is the main reason we're going home, but we also is going to take some time to see friends, family, go golfing, eat some food, see everybody, and kind of enjoy our time at home. And then when we come back, we're not really sure where we're going to go. We're kind of having some complications, which is another reason why I really would like to start like a traveling nurse channel. Jasmine's not too crazy about, you know, being hands-on with it, but she's willing to help me out with it. So that's what we're going to try to do for you guys, because we're noobs and there's a lot of stuff that we're learning as we go. We, you know, didn't really know what to expect with coming here, and you know, we realized that we brought a lot of stuff, and we just weren't really prepared for certain circumstances. So we're going to try to help other people in the same situation do that. Now, with that being said, it's getting complicated because, as you guys know, coronavirus has pretty much disappeared. Everybody getting vaccinated and or doesn't get sick. Like Jasmine got vaccinated, I didn't. She got coronavirus, I didn't. I'm not trying to start a debate. It's just real life. It's what happened. So I think it's pretty much tapered out of, you know, you were either going to get it or you weren't. You got vaccinated. It's pretty much flattening the curve, I think, 2 years later, finally. But the traveling nurse program isn't what it was 3 months ago. 3 months ago, we were able to get up with an agent, spout out a couple cities that we thought about going to, and he was able to give us like 10 jobs around those cities, and that's how we ended up here in Round Rock. We chose Austin and Houston. Round Rock is just north of Austin, and so here we are living in Spicewood, right outside Austin and Round Rock, and yeah, so on and so forth. That's why we're here. But nowadays, it's getting a little less hectic in hospitals. The jobs are a little bit more scarce. They're not exactly plentiful like they were, where it's kind of, how did the agent describe it? It's more of like the housing market right now, where it's more of a seller's market versus a buyer's market, where like the hospitals can basically name whatever number they want and they're going to get a ton of people in on it, where before hospitals couldn't hire enough people to get enough nurses in there, so nurses could name their price. So with that being said, we're at a little bit of a disadvantage with being able to pick where we want to go next. My good buddy Chris is getting married in Tennessee in September, so we really want to be around Tennessee in the fall, but we have an assignment in between there, so we're really trying to be somewhere in between Texas and Tennessee. Unfortunately, the places that are paying the best are either all the way in the Northeast, or there are some out west, which is the opposite direction that we were going in, and not trying to hurt the old girl too much by putting too many miles on her. So, and Northeast is basically going past where we have to go home in Maryland, so that would even be more hectic. So we're trying to find something in the Midwest, Southeast region, and the pay is kind of all over the place. And like I said, it's more of a seller's market, so there's a lot of nurses fighting over these positions. So basically, we're in right now to either go to Kansas, Alabama, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky. Like, you know, she's put in a few different places. We're trying to work with her agent to get her in the best spot. So we'll see what happens. Our plan was to get an assignment picked out, drive there, load up all our stuff in a storage unit, grab a car, drive it to the airport, get on a plane, go home, blah, blah, blah. It's not looking too good because as of now, we still don't have a contract locked in. So we might just be leaving our stuff here in Texas and flying home for a couple weeks, and then actually flying back to Texas and then driving out to wherever we go. And this is all kind of stuff that I want to cover in the travel channel versus this channel where you guys maybe not be that interested in it. I mean, you guys leave a comment if you agree or disagree. I've never started 2 YouTube channels. I just did start this one a couple months ago, so I guess it's been almost a year now. Wow, that's crazy to think. YouTuber for a year, you know, shout out to my day ones. But anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna cover that. I'm gonna throw some clips in here. I've been videoing, talking about selling the truck, talking about taking it to the shop, and you can just kind of go over what's been going on with the truck, and that'll probably be it. Check this sticker out again. Somehow we ended up here in Belton, Texas. My lovely little taxi driver over here, she's ready to go home. Get the old girl fired up. Good. Well, so to fill you guys in, so basically I had a couple of issues with the truck that whether I kept it or sold it, I kind of wanted to get them squared away. I'm not a mechanic. I don't really have a shop back at the place we're staying at to work on it. Gravel driveway, super uncomfortable. It's hot as hell out. I don't want to deal with it. We had an oil leak, small oil leak in the front cover. I knew the driver's side hub had been replaced before I bought it. The passenger side had not been replaced. The ABS and brake light has been on since I owned the truck because of it. So I actually have a guy who's trying to take a loan out on the truck, but I haven't heard from him. But I figured if I was keeping the truck and we're going to be driving it all around the U.S., I definitely want the thing to live happily. The last time I was recording, it actually cut me off, and then my exhaust fell off my truck. Yeah, I forgot to show you guys that. Jasmine brought me in. We dropped the truck off. He got it finished up today. You can hear in this clip right here, I'm actually riding down the road, just picked it up from the shop, and yeah, the tailpipe fell off. So the previous owner was a fabricator, and he got a little fancy with the exhaust. So as you guys can see, it's got a muffler with a V-band on the end of it, and it's got a V-band on the front side of it. And the mechanic swears he didn't touch the exhaust, which I kind of believe him, because for what I had it in there for, he didn't need to look at the exhaust. But Jasmine was behind me, and next thing I know, clamp fell off, V-band clamp, and my exhaust was just hanging by an exhaust hanger on the tailpipe. So I ended up just pulling it off on the side of the road. We've ordered another clamp. It's not here yet. I'm hoping it's here before we leave, but basically where I was selling the truck, I just wanted to make sure everything was good to go. I've said it before in other videos, I'm no mechanic. I don't care if you judge me. I've got, you know, mechanic's tool set thing in the back seat. I've done a handful of things to the truck, but I had a lot of help from friends of mine that have, you know, more knowledge, more experience, and the proper tools. And I was lucky enough that they always helped me out with that kind of stuff. So being here by myself in Texas, you know, no driveway, just a gravel pit. It's not really too comfortable to work on your own shit. Plus it's hot out here in Texas, you know, and I'm a little bougie. I like AC and stuff like that. So essentially I just got him to look over a few things. I know it had an oil leak from when me and Matt put the 10 mil CP3 pump on. It had leaked ever since and we could never figure it out. So that's mainly why I went in the shop. While I was in there, I told him just look over a few things. He found a small power steering leak, a coolant leak, and then the previous owner replaced the driver's side hub. I had never replaced the passenger side hub though. He said it was all right when he sold it to me, but it's been a couple years and it definitely needed replacing. So he wanted to replace that, and luckily enough that actually got rid of the ABS and brake light off my dash that's been on there since I've owned the truck. So that was killer. And he does actually know somebody that tunes with the MM3 tuning, so I'm trying to work with him on getting that squared away before we leave Texas, because he was a very good mechanic, very knowledgeable, and communicated with me, which was really important. It's kind of hard to trust people when you're in a completely different state. Luckily enough for me, Matt used to sell diesel products, and he used to have an account with a guy out here, and he was only about an hour from me, so luckily I was able to link up with him. But unfortunately, if we move out of Texas, you know, obviously I can't take him with me, so I'm hoping he can help me out with some tuning. Sent him some files earlier this week, and like I said, truck runs good, no complaints, but just trying to help it just a little bit, get it dialed in a little bit better, I think would be killer. I mean, the truck runs and drives exactly how I want, but if I got to be towing Jasmine's Jeep everywhere, I'd like a little quicker spool up, a little cleaner setup. She kind of hazes going down the road a little bit. If you click the link on the turbo video that I did, it has the most views on the channel, so that's how I know, you know, it's easy to find. You can kind of see it in the GoPro footage that it does haze a little bit going down the road, and it does a little bit of idle. I don't know if you can really see that, but so yeah, that's basically where I'm at. I'm still want to clean up this wiring. If you guys saw the battery terminal switch video, having some issues because this wire isn't long enough after I cut it to put a new end on it, which runs to the fuse box. So basically I'm gonna get a bigger wire for this, and then I need to trim out these holes so these smaller wires will fit on these bigger bolts. That way it'll look a lot cleaner to me. Same thing with the positive side. As you can see, kind of jerry-rigged a clean setup for right now. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the truck. Trying to get tunes, redo the wiring, put the valve cover back on, clean that thing up. And then I really just want to work on cleaning the engine bay up. Full Send Diesel makes a lot of you know, line kits for coolant hoses, trans lines. They have a drop-in trans cooler, which I would really like to get installed. Full Send also makes a power steering kit, line kit that I want to get cleaned up, and then I want to get a new alternator wire. I went to the local battery shop back home, and this was the longest wire that I could get. So you can see it kind of goes through the front cover, underneath my intake manifold to the battery, and I would definitely like to route it a little cleaner, maybe up here, up the top, and then down the fender liner to the battery, but we'll see. We got to get moved first, unfortunately. Got to figure out where we're going to end up. I really wanted to stay in Texas, I'm not going to lie. Jasmine, if you've seen this, you know, you already know this. I love Texas. I've loved everything about it. The people here, the food, the atmosphere, the weather. It's a little warm here sometimes, but like I said, it's better than 27 degrees in the middle of end of April, I guess, which it is back home in Maryland. So yeah, I love everything here. Every gas station sells tacos. There's taco stands on every corner. There's barbecue. Just so much good food. It's delicious. I'm so sorry about this. But yeah. So, and there's a Texas Truck Jam, I think it's called, in June, that I was hoping if we stayed in Texas we were going to be able to make, but it's not looking like the case. And then I really thought about, well, we'll just go to Tennessee, so we're there for the fall time, because there's two events, like Smoky Mountain and Smoke in the Mountains, or Smoky in the Mountains, something like that. There's a couple of diesel shows out there that I was really hoping we would be, you know, kind of in the area for. Plus Tennessee is close to North Carolina, so it'd be a little easier to drive over to Rudy's and Truck Wars if we're still, you know, not back home for those events. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Got to do what's best for Jasmine. I can't be greedy. If I got to miss some diesel events for 1 year, I guess I can put up with it. But I'm actually sad because we will be home for Truck Wars, but my buddy's getting married the same day, so even if we weren't doing this traveling thing, I still wouldn't be able to go. I'd have to talk him into changing his wedding date. No, I'm just kidding, man. I wouldn't do that to you, Jeremy. Super excited about the wedding. Buddy Chris's wedding is in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee in September. Super excited about that. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but look forward to maybe some merch. Looking into getting some hats made. I love the Richardson 112s. If it's not really your style, then I don't really care, because I'm buying them. So I love the Richardson 112s. And then trying to get some shirts made, and I'm hoping to have the logo back Saturday, and then talk to somebody about getting some shirts made. And you know, I don't know if I'll ever have a website. I've heard those are expensive, but we'll see what we come up with. We'll see how the first batch goes, and if we can get rid of those, you know, and we'll see what happens. Get some measurements on some wire that I need to order, but I'm like, do I order it or do I not order it? Because I'm not gonna be here for much longer. Ah, man, so it's a little stressful, I ain't gonna lie. But I appreciate y'all sticking with me. Hope y'all like the shorts, hope y'all like the videos. I hope you guys like me and Jasmine doing our thing. Hoping we can drop some knowledge for you guys, whether it's tacos, turbos, or toothpicks, or travel, or Texas, or whatever tea you need, I got you. Man, that's a good slogan. I might put that on a t-shirt. But that's gonna wrap it up for me, guys. I'm gonna let y'all get back to watching some other YouTube videos. I appreciate y'all stopping by.